a New York Republican, already vying for George Santos' old seat. Kellen, thanks so much for joining us. So Democrats are going to do everything in their power to flip the seat blue. Why jump into this chaos?
Oh, absolutely. Well, Jake, thanks so much for having me. And I'm encouraged by all the people that have gone on to kellencurry.com to stand with us in this campaign. We desperately need better leadership in this country, the best leadership we can provide. And right now, we're not getting that from Mr. Santos. It's a great day that he's gone and our district can get back to work. And I look forward to being a part of that solution. We've been at this for 9 months now, and we've gotten endorsements from sitting members of Congress. We raised almost $500,000. And so we're fired up and we're ready to go.
Does it concern you that if you get elected, your leadership, the House Speaker Mike Johnson, other House Republican leaders, voted to not expel George Santos?
No, I think this is a great day for our country. It's a great day for our district's residents. We can actually get back to serving the people and get back to actually delivering constituency services for NY3 voters, delivering real results for Long Islanders. I think this is a great day. Santos is in the past at this point. He's become a media narrative. People here aren't even interested in talking about Mr. Santos. They want to talk about the future. They want real leadership, and that's what we're providing in this campaign.
Yeah, but your bosses, your leadership in the House of Representatives, should you win in November, are going to be people who voted to keep Santos in Congress.
At the end of the day, the conference will be best served by folks who are going to be constructive members, who are not going to be distractions. And I'm going to be a part of the solution. I'm going to deliver on solving our border crisis, on deliver on reducing inflation in this country, deliver on repealing the cap that was placed on state and local taxes so that we can deliver real results and tax relief for Long Islanders. That's what's important right now and going forward.
You've already gotten some endorsements, some Republican lawmakers, former HHS Secretary Tom Price. Do you have any plans to meet with the House Speaker to get Speaker Johnson's endorsement?
Well, we're building a big tent. We want every member to support us. Will be great. Obviously, we've gotten some initial support, and we're going to build on that. We've been building on that from day one. We've gotten a number of former members as well, and so it's been encouraging to have the support of future colleagues. The most important thing in this campaign is to nominate the right person for this seat. I believe I'm that person. We've been running a vigorous campaign for quite some time now, and we're ready to make sure that we can bring this home for Republicans in 2024.
So you wanted George Santos out because obviously he's been accused of crimes, of lying and ethics violations. So has the Republican presidential frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, frankly accused of much worse. And he's been indicted on 91 different charges across multiple criminal and civil cases in multiple jurisdictions. What do you think about him running for president? Do you think he's fit for office?
At the end of the day, the voters are going to decide that. You know, my focus is on this district. For the past 11 months now, we've been out. We've been without the right representation, effective representation. We've had the most ineffective member of Congress. And so our attention right now is on this race right now to make sure that we get it right in 2024. And we have the opportunity to do that here in about 3 months.
I get that.
The American people are going to take care of the presidential race.
Yeah, but you can't not give me an opinion on the most popular Republican in the Republican Party right now, the leading Republican presidential candidate. If you don't think George Santos is fit to be in Congress, you must have an opinion about whether Donald Trump is fit to be in the White House.
At the end of the day, the American people are going to decide.
No, but I'm asking you what you think.
Jake, we are in a vigorous debate right now. There's not just Donald Trump. There's Nikki Haley. There's Ron DeSantis.
Who do you like?
Right now, they're duking it out for who's going to be the standard bearer of the party, and so we'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, but who do you like? You must have a preference. You got a lot of good candidates in the race. Who do you like?
Absolutely. I'm going to support the Republican nominee at the end of the day. I like.
It's not the end of the day. It's only 423. Yeah. Who do you like?
At the end of the day, Jake, I'm going to support the Republican nominee.
It's not the end of the day. It's 423.
Yeah.
Who do you like right now? Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, Vivek Ramaswamy, Donald Trump, Chris Christie, who's just from across the river. I mean, you must like one of these guys.
Here's what I like, Jake. I like the process. I like the fact that we're having a vigorous debate right now about who's going to be the standard bearer. And I look forward to seeing that debate play itself out. We're going to have debates. Iowa's coming up, New Hampshire's coming up, and so we'll see. I don't think we should get ahead of the process. I think we should allow it to play out. I think we should allow voters to weigh in. And folks don't like to be told what to do or what to think. And so we'll see where it goes from here.
Well, Kellen, with all due respect, you had a lot to say about George Santos. He's now gone. And George Santos, who had certainly a lot of embarrassing things that he did, said, and has been accused of and is charged with, is a piker compared to Donald Trump. And yet you don't have anything to say about him.
Well, Jake, I know what you're trying to do here.
I'm not trying to do anything.
The fact is, Donald Trump deserves his day in court. He deserves due process. He deserves everything that's afforded to every single American. I don't think we should get ahead of that process either. So we'll see where it goes. There's no need to rush to a judgment right now about Donald Trump. The fact is, he's going through court proceedings. He's going through a campaign, and we'll see what the American people decide.
Okay, well, what about the civil court that already found him guilty and awarded a woman $3 million for a sexual assault, and that day in court already happened? Would you have an opinion about that?
Yeah. Well, Jake, here's what I do have an opinion about. When I get on doorsteps, people aren't asking me about Donald Trump. People aren't asking me about some civil case. They're asking me, how are we going to fix the migrant crisis that's impacting New York City? How are we going to fix inflation that's impacting American families? How are we going to bring down the cost of living here on Long Island? Those are the issues that I'm focused on. There's nothing I can do about what's going on with Donald Trump. The only thing I can do is deliver real leadership to this district, and that's what we've been talking about for the past 9 months, and that's what I'm going to be focused on.
Kellen Curry, thanks so much. Appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you for having me, Jay.